Welcome to CE 402 Environmental Engineering 2 Module 4 Part 1. In this session, I am going to discuss about the secondary treatment methods. In this fourth module, we are going to discuss about the contact beds, intermittent sand filter, theory and design of trickling filter, activated sludge process, trickling filter high rate and standard, then rotating biological contactor. This is the flow diagram of a typical domestic sewage wastewater treatment plant. Here you can see the first screening process, that is A. Then in the second container, the grit and sands are removed, that is grit chamber. And the third chamber is the sludge digesting process, which is the sedimentation tank. And from where the sediments are collected and removed to the digested sludge is removed. A part of the digested sludge or the collected sludge from the sedimentation tank is recycled into the secondary sedimentation tank. And the fourth chamber is the aerator, from where the air is provided, and the coagulation will take place, and from where the secondary treatment starts. And the fifth chamber is the secondary sedimentation tank, from where the suspended solids are removed and the clean water is collected from the outlet part of the sedimentation tank, and the collected activated sludge is collected into the digestion tank, and the digested sludge is removed from this digestion tank. This is a common or normal flow chart of a typical domestic sewage plant. Then these operations are explained in the tabular format. That is, first process is screening, then the grit removal, then primary sedimentation, then aerobic biological growth process suspended, that is the aeration tank, and fifth, the aerobic biological attached growth process, and then sixth, the anaerobic biological growth process, then the anaerobic stabilization of organic sludges. The functions of each stage is given, explained in the second column, and the treatment devices for these particular sections are also explained in the third column. You can go through all these three columns. Then effluent treatment methods. There is a preliminary treatment, then primary treatment, then secondary treatment, and tertiary treatment. In the preliminary treatment, as we already explained, the removal of large solids such as rags, sticks, grits, and grease, and the bigger plastic parts that may damage the equipment or result in operational problems can be removed from this process. This is a typical physical process. The second treatment level is primary treatment. In this stage, the removal of floating and settleable materials such as suspended solids and organic matter can be removed, and this is a combined process of physical and chemical. The secondary treatment level is that in this stage, the removal of biodegradable organic matter and suspended solids can happen. And this is a biological and a chemical process, combination of biological and chemical process. In the fourth level, that is tertiary level, or it is an advanced treatment. And in this level, the removal of residual suspended solids or dissolved solids can be removed. And this is a pure combination of physical, chemical, and biological processes. This is the normal flow diagram of a secondary treatment of sewage. The sewage can be undergone the primary treatment, that is from where the large floating materials, grades, heavy inorganic suspended solids can be removed. And in the secondary treatment, the colloidal solids and dissolved solids can be removed. Then what is a secondary treatment? Secondary wastewater treatment is required to remove the soluble and colloidal organic matters which remain after primary treatment. Primary treatment is basically a physical treatment. So 100% removal of the suspended and colloidal matters in the wastewater cannot happen in this primary treatment. So we have to go for the secondary wastewater treatment. As it is mostly biological process, also called, it is a biological treatment. In the treatment, the bacteria present in the sewage and the other microorganisms are allowed to use the organic matter present in the wastewater, and it will consume these organic matter present in the wastewater as their food and oxidize these organic matter into converting them into a stable compounds like water gases, that is carbon dioxide, ammonia, methane, H2S, etc., and new cells, which is in the form of a stable equilibrium. And the process may occur naturally at a slow rate, or biological treatment is done to increase the rate of reaction by having larger number of organisms in a smaller container. This will occur if we are not providing this secondary treatment also, but the process will be so slower. Then the quantity of sewage water will be a great problem. Then we have to increase this process or accelerate this process. So we are providing the secondary treatment process in order to accelerate the process and treat the water, a huge quantity of water in a particular short period of time. Then microorganisms utilize colloidal and dissolved biodegradable organic matter as their food and their growth and their multiplication. We can use biomass as an agent to accelerate this process. This biomass will help to grow and multiply these microorganisms into so many colonies. This further treatment is called secondary treatment. Usually, it employs biological process and biological treatment of wastewater. The most important units in these stages are the filtration and the activated sludge process. In the filtration process, there are four types of filters are used. That is contact beds, three types: contact beds, intermittent sand filters, and trickling filters. Then the classification of biological treatment. Uh, Classification is mainly depend upon the operational conditions and microbial maintenance in the system. According to the operational conditions, this process is classified into aerobic process, anaerobic process, and anoxic process. According to microbial maintenance, the treatment is classified into three types, that is suspended growth process, attached growth process, and combination of the suspended growth and attached growth process. The explanation will be given in the coming slides. According to operational conditions, first one is aerobic. That is when microorganisms require oxygen to break down the organic compounds present in the wastewater into carbon dioxide and microbial biomass. In anaerobic conditions, that is anaerobic reactors, the microorganisms do not require oxygen to break down the organic matter, often forming methane, carbon dioxide, and excess biomass. In anoxic process, when microorganisms use other molecules than oxygen for growth, such as the removal of sulfate, nitrate, nitrite, selenate, and selenite. Depending upon the microbes used, the biological treatment is classified as aerobic and anaerobic. Then types of biological wastewater treatment I already explained, that is the attached growth process and suspended growth process. In the attached growth process, there are four types of filters are used, that is contact beds, intermittent filter, trickling filter, and rotating biological contactor. In suspended growth process, activated sludge process, aerated lagoon, oxidation ponds, and sludge digestion systems are used. Then the attached growth process. We are going to study about this filtration system, that is intermittent sand filters and trickling filters and rotating biological contactors. In the coming classes, all these three types of filters are explained separately. Then the suspended growth process, the activated sludge process, aerated lagoons and sludge digestion systems are also explained. According to microbial maintenance in the system, the treatment is classified into these three, which I already explained. That is, suspended growth system means the microorganisms are maintained in suspension in the liquid. And in the attached growth process, we are providing some medium like rock or inert plastics to grow the microbes, and these will convert the organic matter present in the wastewater into stable gases and microbial biomass. In the combined process, a combination of growth and fixed films are used in the combined processes. Then the types of filters. Types of filters, there are, I already told, that is contact beds are used, intermittent sand filters are used, and then trickling filters are used. These intermittent sand filters are used only for smaller plants, smaller wastewater treatment plants, and contact beds are used for very small plants. That is, very less amount of wastewater is produced from a small community, then you can use the contact beds as the filtration system for these wastewater treatment plants. But nowadays, these are not commonly used, and uh, the commonly used filtration system is trickling filters. It is used to remove the suspended solids and dissolved organic load from the wastewater by using microbial population. The microorganisms are responsible for degradation of the organic matter, and it is most commonly used. This session is a pure introduction about the secondary treatment system, and I hope you understood this session. Thank you. We'll see you in the next class.